Hello everyone, welcome to the Tech Week series season 2. This is Lakshit Pant, the host for today from Azure Developer Community, and today we'll be talking about multiple aspects of the Tech Week series and how you can build a good career with this. This Tech Week series is a 4 day entire bootcamp which will help you to design and develop your entire skills. And today it's about introducing RPA, that is robotic process automation, and we have our expert speaker, Ms. Bhagvi ma'am, and she is a Microsoft certified trainer, and she is a senior software engineer, and she'll be giving you some insights about how does the RPA works, where are its application, and how you can build a career in it. So, not wasting much more time, I'll quickly pass on the mic to Bhagvi ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Lakshit. Uh, Let me share my screen.
Sure. And for any
Able to.
questions you guys may have, you can just put in the comment section. She will be answering all the questions at the last. So at the moment, she is just sharing her screen, and let's move forward.
Yeah. Are you able to see my screen and able to hear
Yeah,
me right?
yeah, yes, it's
Okay, great.
perfectly.
Yeah. Hello, all. This is Bhargavi here, and today we would be seeing about robotic process automation. Before we get into robotic process automation, let me give a brief introduction of myself. Uh, this is Bhargavi, and I am a senior software engineer and a Microsoft certified trainer too. And I do have expertise in RPA, which is on Power Platform, UiPath, and Pega. And I do have a Microsoft certification of around 6 certifications, and this is my LinkedIn ID. Please feel free to connect with me and post the session as well. If you have any doubts, please feel free to reach out here. And without wasting much time, let's get into the understanding of what is RPA, and we will understand that. RPA is an abbreviation of robotic process automation, where it is used to write the software programs designed to perform human tasks automatically. Like whatever the thing that you do manually can be done through robotic process automation, where it would be running a automation behind. You will be developing a automation, and you will be able to run without any manual interaction with it, and you will be able to have a program that will be doing repeated task. Like you may get sick and tired of doing repeated task, right? So all these things can be done manually. Sorry, all these things can be avoided manually and can be done through automation. And the advantage that the RPA has is that it does not have any kind of break to it. It can be operated all 24 by 7, and you can have a infrastructure that can be controlled by your own IT people, and you will be able to have a virtual controlled and business monetization as well. And when it comes for development as well, you don't have to put in much efforts. Rather, all the all the automation tools that are available in the market right now are very easy to adapt, and it does not even have you don't have to have even a coding knowledge for it, and just the logic thing that you have to think about, and you have to think of the flow that whatever you have to follow for the next step and get it done. So when it comes for RPA, it's a software technology that mimics the user's action. Thereby, it will be avoiding the human interaction, and that would be giving you the software system and uh, software software at the front end so that you would be able to monitor it. And it's the continuation of what we saw in the previous slide. Like you can have automation that is very computer centric, and it does not like uh, there consider just a use case that you are doing a attendance check for daily basis, and all those things has to be entered, and you will be having a manual manual check for all those things, right? But instead what RPA can do for you is that you can integrate it with some kind of machine learning thing. And what you can do here is that you can define the flow that if that person is present, then you can mark it as present, else you can mark it as false. So all these kind of checks that we do manually can be done inside the software, and when you put into a action, that becomes robotic process automation. And how it will be helping the user is that when it comes for the major use case, like loan approval or denial process, right? So those things, e- e- each and every time, for each and every customer that comes in, you will not be able to sit and do, where you have to put in the manual power for each and every customer when they come in. Instead, what you can do is that you can reduce the manpower, and you can deploy the software instead of manpower with the same rate almost, and which will be lesser than what you actually uh, give for a manual power. And uh, what it would be doing is that it would be checking whether the credit score is being satisfied or not, and if that's not being satisfied, then it would be denying the process, and it would be continuing the next step. So the steps mean here is that you would be creating flows inside each, and you would be defining the way that the flow has to go. Like this should be the first step, and this should be the second step, and this should be the third step. So you will be deciding on the different steps, and you would be doing it. And then what uh, what what we would be doing is that it also has some kind of user interface support. Like you can have a multiple screen being integrated inside the robotic process automation. And with that, what you can do is that you can integrate, like you can make the customer just to enter the password and get into the screen, or you can itself get the password if that's not going to be changed, and you can make it interact with the user interface and make it work. And next one is that, like what we discussed right now, it will be used to replace the repetitive tasks that are being done by humans. So that the main advantage that we gain here is, one is manual reduction of the manual force, and then we will also be able to have um, some kind of uh, uh, we will be having some flaws when it comes for human, for sure, right? Because humans are always not perfect. But when it comes for mission, the code that you do, it will be doing the way that it has to do for sure in all times. Like you may get tired at times, and or you may get distracted when it comes for human, but it does not go with the same rule when it comes for mission. Mission will be acting in acting in the same way that it has been coded for. So that manual error can be avoided, and you will be able to have you will be able to handle the exceptions that comes out of the human things, and you will be able to provide the oversight as well. And when it comes for configuring the automation, the thing that you would be doing in all the robotic process automation is either you would be developing it in inside your own desktop, and you can publish it and run it under the virtual machine so that it can handle, and you can also deploy multiple multiple bots inside it. Bot here meaning software bot. So although it like to perform a task, you can deploy different kind of robots inside it. And then it will also be like few things might have been performed earlier by human and can be given to the bot as well, and from that step it would be picking up the task and it would be doing the step. So all those things can also be done inside the RPA. And the last thing that what we can see is that we will also be having a computer to run a software that uh, that 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 is very similar to a person, but the thing is that it would be working on a software. So that's the difference between and you would be coding. And now you can ask me a question. I am repeatedly saying that it would be reducing the manual power, and it would be having less work. And it would be performing more than the human, and would be performing less flaws than the human. So bot is much better than the human, and we don't need human anymore, nor it would be affecting the works that jobs that the human is currently performing. No, it's not the case, because human is the person who will be coding the uh, software, right? So it is not going to affect any of the part that the human is going to do. And the thing is that you have to code it correctly, and you have to get your software being ready to perform the task that it is being currently um, that it has to currently do. And the thing is that you don't have to monitor it uh, every time that it has finished the task or not. It would be doing it, and it would be all the robotic process automation software has a different kind of steps inside it, where it would be monitoring by itself. And it would be saying that the task has been completed by when you go to the dashboard of that particular software and check. Until now, are there any questions, or can we go ahead?
Ma'am, there is no questions yet. We can go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Um, okay. Why do we need RPA? We were talking about what is RPA, and why do we need what it does and everything, right? So now let's see why do we need RPA? Why is that? It will have productivity and efficiency being increased in it, like what we saw just now. Humans also give productivity and efficiency, but in a lesser way than the machines, because you may get tired, or you may get flaws, and you may get some kind of distractions within yourself, and you have to handle all those things. But mission does not have those things, right? So, and it does not need to stop at the particular moment as well. Like you can run um, run the run the software all over the day, and you don't have to give any kind of break to it. And when it comes for faster and easier implementation, what you can do is that the implementation part is also easier. Like most of the cases of the RPA software, it's all drag and drop facility that you get it from the software. And as I told you earlier, you don't have to depend on any kind of coding. That you have to have some kind of coding knowledge, but coding is not the main part. It's just the logic that matters, and you have to proceed with that. And what you can get is that it would be faster than what you do. Like when you open a page, it would take around point 0.1 point 1 second. It would take at least a second to get it started, right? But when it comes for mission, it would be just point 0.1 milliseconds to get it started. And all the work that you do will be instantly done. Like when you have to type in a mail and you have to send it to some other person, and you are automating it and you are getting it done through software means, what it would be doing is that you would be defining the subject, you would be defining the to, and you will also be um giving the subject and the body of the mail as well. So when all these things are being given, you will also be instructing the software bot that you what it has to do. Like you would it first step, it would be opening a mail and outlook mail, and the second step is that it would be clicking on compose mail, and it would be entering all the values that you had given for, like to subject and body of the content. So once it is all done, it would be clicking on the send, and the mail is sent. It would take around 5 minutes for you to complete at least a simple you have to open the mail and everything, right? But you can give it when you code it under the software bot, what it would be doing is that it would maximum it would complete in a maximum of 1 to 1.5 minute, not more than 1 minute actually, but it would be completing it that faster. And accuracy is also high when it comes for software bot. And we do have flexibility and scalability things as well when it comes for RPA. Like flexibility is something where you will be able to it does not mean that when you have created a bot, it is the same for forever. You can change it based on the requirement that you are getting for, and you will be able to do the um, do the software deployment as well whenever you need. And those kind of deployments will also be very easier than the way that you actually do. And you will be able to get it done. And then you will also be having improved regulatory compliance than the manual thing that what we actually do. And like what we discussed, it is much better than the uh, much better than what you spend for human. So it does have cost savings, because you don't have to spend time for the thing that manual exceptions that arises, or you don't have to spend time for breaks or something. And it's very similar to what you actually buy 5 manual power into a one bot. Like 5 manual power equal to one bot. So it's that savings that you can expect from robotic process automation. And you can now ask me, what can be automated? I had been talking about why do we need automation, why do we need what is automation and everything. So what can be automated? Can this be automated, or can that be automated? Yes. The thing that that like whatever the thing that first thing is that whatever the thing that you do, um most of the things as manual and repetitive process on a daily basis, you will be, or weekly basis or monthly basis, you will be automating it first, and you would be getting it done. The second thing is that like when you have to get the electronic input type, like when you have some kind of OCR tool to be done, or when you have to read it from PDF, and you have to read from Excel and make it process with some other application, then what you can do is that you can automate it. Because you, when you go with manual thing, you first thing is that you will be reading from the PDF, and that will take time, and you will be going and comparing it in with the other application that needs to be compared. So that will be taking most of the time, and those things can be done with a minimal time inside the automation. Like it's just a matter of 2 to 3 minutes when it comes for reading the whole PDF, which is of around which will be of around 1000 to 2000 pages, and the words can be extracted easily, and you will be able to do that. So it's better when you get some kind of electronic input type. And then the third thing is that when you want to do some kind of system change, then you would be going with that. Like whenever you want some kind of fundamental changes that needs to be done, like in some cases your requirement will be a different one in the previous month, and requirement will be different one in the next month. So you can go ahead and automate those things. And then we also have rule based process with us. And rule based process meaning we can have decisions that are being taken, been like you can have a predictive rules inside it, and you can have a rules being added to it. Like if it comes, then it has to do like this. All the kind of rules can also be can all the ones with those kind of things can also be automated. And when it comes for high volume, in some use case you may have high volume, right? Consider the same example that we saw. Accept you have to accept, or you have to deny the loan approval, for which you may get a minimum of 500 to 1000 loan for one single branch of a bank, right? So to those are kind of high volumes when it comes for the process to be done, and that will take time when the human does as well. So all these things, the better way that you can handle is that you can integrate it via automation, and you can handle all those different kind of volumes with the bot, that how many ever you want, and make those kind of approvals, or make those kind of approvals being done with within an hour too. Like for to process 500 to 1000 approvals, it may take around 1 day for the manual process to be done, but it just takes 1 hour here to get completed. So that's the advantage as well. And this is same as what we discussed here. You may have the automation savings that you can get it from the volumes as well. Like FT is full-time employee, where you will be able to you will be able to minimize the human effort that they are being they that that is being put on. And you will also be able to have low exception rate as well. um like you don't have you will not be having any exception that comes in unless and until there are some kind of user interface changes, or there are changes within the code, or some kind of um, some kind of changes that we do. So there will be a low exception rate, and we will also be having a mature and stable process. Like you get whenever it when it comes for automation, it's not that just you would be developing the process, you will also be integrating it with some developers as well, right? So you will be having well documented, stable, and predicted automation that is being built for you, and that will be ready as well. So when when you have some kind of advantage, you will also be having some kind of limitations as well, right? So what limitation that the RPA has is that you will be having a task. Whenever a task that comes when with judgment or creativity, you will not be able to automate it. And even when you have a minor change inside the application, or inside the code, the the bots need to be configured. Like you have to stop bots, and you have to deploy the new code, and you have to get it done, or it will be behaving in a different way that you don't expect when there are changes over the user interface as well. So we have to be ready for handling all those kind of exception that comes in from the user interface changes as well. And when it comes for RPA, it will not be able to read any data that is non-electric with unstructured input. Like it will not be able to read from the from from the unstructured input, meaning when you have a return in some kind of hand consider the handwritten forms itself, you will not be able to you will be able to read, but not at the maximum of how it does for PDF or Word. So that's one kind of limitation that all the RPA bot still has. And RPA is not good at uh, cognitive computing solution, but now the trend is improving, and you are able to integrate it with AI in few software, and not at few software though, but for the softwares that are able to do the cognitive computing solution, where it has to read from the experience, and therefore it has a shelf life, and that's not been possible yet in any of the software. And then you will be able to do the you will be able to expect the bot that is been working with certain speed alone based on your network and underlying application it it has been looking for. So these are some kind of limitations that are available under the RPA. But considering an in an overall, RPA provides you the best possibility to reduce the manpower, and you will be able to do the repetitive task and everything. And you have to find some kind of some kind of solution for those things, and get those exceptions being sorted out by handling it in some other way. And when it comes for RPA platforms that are available in over, there are many, and the few are being listed here. One is like Blue Prism, Pega Robotics, UiPath, Cofax, Automation Anywhere. All those things are very popular around, and you will be you can, few are open source and few are not, and you have to get it paid. At least you would be getting a trial version of few softwares like UiPath. You would be getting a trial version and you can use that. um yeah, when you can ask me what are the use cases that are available in IT, like password reset is one of the um, major use case that can be automated. Like you will be getting, you have to reset your password whenever you have, when whenever it crosses around 60 days or something, right? So you have to send mail to the person as well, saying that your password is about to expire and you have to reset it. So in those cases, a person cannot sit and do for every time. Instead, what you can do is that you can send a reminder mail to all those persons, um, through bot, counting the number of days, and s- sending the reminder mail until he resets the password. And once he resets the password, you don't have to send him back. So all those kind of logics that can be done inside the software, and you will be able to um, develop a flow for the same, and deploy it in the production, and uh, get get it done. And you can also have some kind of manual data entry process, like you, whenever you have to copy from Excel and upload it into some kind of website, that becomes manual data entry process, right? So all those things can also be done via automation, and can be automated. And the thing is that it would be doing in minutes when the person doesn't horse to horse. So these are some kind of use cases that are available in IT. um, and I am almost done with the session for today, and I am stopping here. If you have any kind of
Yes,
questions.
ma'am. We do have some questions in the.
Yeah.
We do have some questions. So the first question is around, how does the RPA impact the job roles and the workforce? Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. um RPA doesn't impact the workforce. RPA is already in market, and it has been, we are having RPA developers as well. What it would be doing is that all those kind of data entry jobs, or data or those kind of repetitive jobs alone, the person who spends time on it alone be impacted for it, and it will not, and you will still have a role that has been developed, is that RPA developer, because you would be the person who would be instructing the software to do on what. So so the things that are being done repetitively by the persons may get affected, but not at the maximum percentage though. Like if it's 100 percentage, then 50 percentage may get affected, and 50 would be retained for sure. So that would be the impact that that RPA would be doing.
And also, there is one more question from Louis. He is asking, okay, yeah, I'm a high school graduate, and can you please tell me about future trends of the RPA and advancements?
Sure. RPA is that is one of the growing technology, and the thing is that you RPA will have in future of the things that what we saw as limitations, right? Like you will be able to. We don't have cognitive computing solution for now. When it comes for in future, the I heard I recently saw a post that RPA is now becoming a cognitive computing solution as well, and it would be able to and you would be able to integrate it with some kind of AI with it, and you will be able to develop some bots that are being that can be done with machine learning as well, and all those different kind of different kind of limitations that we actually see here will get reduced in the future days, and it has a good scope. And nevertheless, the repetitive task that the human do will get reduced. So RPA will always be in action and would be doing those things. And yeah, the thing is that the market is expecting some kind of standards um that the RPA developer has to do. So you can go ahead and search for some software and start studying for those, and get your do some kind of POCs in it, and get yourself being ready so that you will be able to understand what does RPA do, and how it would be doing things. Okay,
Yeah, and there is one more question, one last question. Is there
sure.
any open source tool available for RPA development, and specifically talking about small and medium enterprise businesses?
We don't have we had open source as many tools, but for now we do have only trial versions for you to get started with POC. If it means for POC, then you can go ahead and use some kind of tools like UiPath, which offers trials uh, for around 30 to 60 days. And I don't think so any other RPA tool offers. I i guess you can go ahead with Power Automate as well when it comes for Azure subscription, with just buying the Azure subscription. And if you are a student as well, you will be able to get student Azure subscription, and will be able to work on the Power Automate things, and get it done. So other than that, I guess everything is private, and you have to get some kind of organizational level permission for those
Right.
things.
Right. So this is it. More than less, it was some great insights about the RPA development and about the RPMM, robot process automation. And we are looking forward for the next session tomorrow on data science. It was some great insights about RPA, and thank you for your kind time in the early morning. We are very helpful and again grateful to you for your precious time, and looking forward to host you again for our next initiative. And thank you everyone for joining. I hope you learned and gained some incredible insights about RPA. And I'm looking forward to your awesome projects. If you build any projects around RPA, please share with us on the LinkedIn. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you.